Right, now I'm going to show you what the buttons do on the edge of the screen, or the bottom of the screen if you've got it in portrait mode. The top button with the two arrows going in a circle, that's the chart list button. We tap that, we see the charts that are available in this area. But to have a deeper look, the blue folder top left hand corner, you can see what chart sets you have installed. The default chart is the world map in the background. At the moment, we've got the Visit My Harbour UK Near Continent set, 1105 charts. Now, users of this going back, you might find you have other chart sets in here going back to 2022 or 2020. You can delete these out of the app, which will actually remove and save a lot of space. So if there's any chart sets here that you're not using anymore and you want to save some space and delete from the app, you long press them and then you'll get an option to delete. So basically get rid of any chart sets that are out of date and just have your up-to-date chart sets here. Will take the minimal amount of space. Right. Now notice with the chart list button, it has an A showing above it. A is for automatic chart switching. So for instance, we're here in the office at East Cal. As I zoom in, you'll see it will change charts. And as I zoom out, it will change to a smaller scale chart. That's automatic chart switching for you. If I move over here, say Bewley, move in a bit, it will change charts by itself basically. But there are times when you want manual chart switching. I'll give you an example. As we're approaching Portsmouth, we can see we've got another chart here that's going to drop in when it's on automatic. There, it's dropped in, but it's cut out the underlying chart that's underneath it. So what we can do, if we don't want bits like this, we can go back a bit until we've got the chart we do want, and then we can toggle this to M by long pressing it. Now, as you zoom in here, it will stay on the smaller scale chart until you get right in the sort of area where you're going to need the larger scale chart. Once you're in that area, you can toggle it back to A, and there it brings up the larger scale chart. So you normally have it working with A, but sometimes if it's jumping around on the edge of two different charts, you might want to zoom out a little bit and long press that, change it to M. So it's a manual chart switch, and then once you're in an area where you need a larger scale chart, change it back to A. Right. This little compass thing here is the chart orientation. The best way to have it is true north. That way you'll be looking at charts exactly the same as you would with a paper chart on your chart table. You can change it to compass up, which is probably not such a good idea, but you can do it. There we go, back to true north. That's what you have a play with that, see if you like it or not. Next one down, there's a hand there or a boat. Now when it's on hand, you can look at all different charts and zoom around and look at all your charts. When you change it to the boat crosshairs icon, it's going to wang us back to our GPS position. Watch. Yeah. So when you're going along at sea, you would normally have that on the crosshair boat one. Even if you move around the chart a bit, eventually it will just take you back there, so you'll remain central on the screen. The next buttons, the plus and the minus, they're self-explanatory. The menu button at the bottom, we've already touched on before, but it's logging routes and waypoints. I'm going to do some separate videos about those. For the moment, just know that they're there. The other thing I'm going to show is two more things I'm going to show you on this screen. The first is this status box in the top left hand corner. If you swipe it, it shows you the GPS status. Notice the dancing lines. The grey ones, it's not getting a signal. The green, it's getting a strong yellow, orange. The more coloured bars you have dancing around here, the stronger, more accurate your GPS signal is. So it's a kind of GPS status box. And the quick thing gives you course over the ground, speed over the ground. So you can just glance at that as you're going along, your course and your speed over the ground, that will show. Now the final thing I'm going to show you in this little video, you see these crosshairs? It draws a line from where your boat is to somewhere else. Right, so our boat is down here, East Cowes. I'm going to take it up to the West Bramble buoy there. Now what that does, you get the crosshairs on that buoy, it gives you distance and bearing, 338 and just over 2 nautical miles. So anything you're interested in, say the Bramble Bank itself, 360 degrees, 2.16 nautical miles. Just for quick reference, say Cowes Breakwater from here, 346 degrees, 0.77 nautical miles. So that's just a quick reference. It's easy to get a distance and bearing to a buoy or a point of interest that you're interested in. That's how that works. Okay, that's the end of this little